I walked into the woodworking classroom. Bright lights filled the room. Many adult students were already there. They looked busy and confident. I felt a little nervous. My hands were a bit shaky. This was my first class. The instructor stood at the front. He showed us a large diagram. It was a simple birdhouse. This would be our project. We would work on it for a few weeks. He explained each step clearly. I tried to remember everything. I went to the wood storage area. I picked out my pieces of pine wood. They felt smooth in my hands. Then I walked to my workbench. I laid all the wood pieces down. I carefully studied the plans again. I wanted to start correctly. I picked up my handsaw. My first cuts were straight. The wood cut easily. They were very clean and accurate. I felt a little more relaxed then. Maybe this would be easier. I smiled a little to myself. Next, I looked at the diagram again. There was a small piece that was for the birdhouse entrance. This piece needed a curved shape. My confident feeling quickly faded. A worried frown came to my face. Curves were always difficult for me. I took a new piece of wood. I tried to cut the curved perch. My hand was not steady. The saw slipped slightly. The wood split awkwardly then. I let out a quiet, frustrated sigh. It was just as I had feared. Across the room, I saw Evelyn. She was working on her project. She held her saw very smoothly. Her cuts were perfect. She hummed a soft tune to herself. Evelyn looked very calm. Her work seemed easy. I found another piece of wood. I took a deep breath. I tried the curved perch again. I moved the saw slowly, but the cut was still jagged. It was uneven and rough. My heart felt heavy then. I put my handsaw down slowly. My shoulders felt tired. I looked at the two failed pieces. They lay on my workbench. I felt defeated then. Maybe I should just give up. I thought about going home for the night. Suddenly, Evelyn walked over. She came to my workbench. She had a kind smile on her face. She pointed to my failed perch. "That one can be tricky," she said. Her voice was warm. I felt a small bit of hope. Evelyn picked up a small scrap piece of wood. She showed me how to hold the saw. Her hand guided the saw at a new angle. She made a smooth, clean cut. Evelyn pointed to the pencil line on the wood. "Watch this line closely," she said. Her voice was kind and clear. She explained it simply. I nodded, understanding her words. Evelyn gave me a warm nod. She smiled softly. Then she walked back to her own work area. I felt ready to try again. I was alone with my wood. I took a slow, deep breath. I felt a new strength inside me. I looked at the curved perch piece. Then I picked up my small saw. I was ready to try again. I remembered Evelyn's advice. I held the saw just like she showed me. I watched the line carefully. The saw moved smoothly. It cut a perfect, gentle curve. I lifted the curved perch. I looked at it closely. The curve was perfect. A real smile spread across my face. I felt very proud of my work. I felt much more confident now. I started to build the birdhouse. I put the pieces together easily. I worked quickly and well. I used sandpaper on all the edges. I made them smooth. The birdhouse was now complete. It looked simple, but it was very well made. I felt happy. The class time was ending. I looked across the room. Evelyn was at her bench. I held up my finished birdhouse. I nodded to her, showing my thanks. Evelyn saw my nod. She smiled back warmly at me. I put my birdhouse in my bag. I walked out of the room. I felt truly accomplished.
Es momento de la trivia.
Te haré 2 preguntas sobre la historia que acabas de escuchar. Piensa bien las respuestas y déjalas en los comentarios. Pregunta número 1. ¿Qué tipo de madera eligió Stanley para construir su casa para pájaros? Tómate tu tiempo para pensar. Pregunta número 2. ¿Qué consejo clave le dio Evelyn a Stanley para lograr el corte curvo perfecto? Esas son las 2 preguntas de nuestra trivia. No olvides dejar tus respuestas en los comentarios. Me encanta leer lo que piensan sobre las historias.
Si te gustó el video, pon me gusta, suscríbete y activa la campanita para ver más historias.